Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are going to unpack a single powerful line from a poem that captures a feeling we probably all know, the fear of losing a parent.
So, we're going to explore that very question through Kamala Das's incredible poem, My Mother at 66. It really gets to the heart of a universal human experience, watching our parents get older. And we're about to see how this totally ordinary car ride becomes this really profound meditation on aging, on love, and, the inevitability of loss.
So the journey begins, and almost immediately the poet is just struck by a really harsh reality as she looks over at her mother, sitting right there beside her.
In that quiet moment in the car, she doesn't just see her mother sleeping. No, she sees this startling image of deep frailty, of lifelessness. It's a shocking sight, and it hits her with the force of a sudden, really painful thought.
And the poet uses such a powerful literary device here. By comparing her mother's face to a corpse, she's not just describing the scene. She's using the shocking image to show us her own deep inner fear.
What this simile really captures is the raw, unfiltered pain of seeing a parent's mortality, maybe for the very first time. It's a completely devastating thought that she just can't shake.
And this thought is so disturbing, so unsettling, that she quickly looks away. She kind of pushes the thought aside and looks for a distraction outside the car window. And this is where the poem's central conflict just comes roaring to life. Inside the car, you've got age and stillness, decay, but outside, the world is just bursting with youth, with energy, with life.
The young trees sprinting are just a perfect example of this. I mean, the trees aren't actually running, right? But giving them this human quality, it signifies the rapid passage of time, that feeling that life is rushing forward and leaving her mother behind.
And this feeling, this heavy feeling, it carries all the way to the airport. After the security check, she's standing a few yards away, and the poet looks at her mother one last time.
And here we go, another incredibly powerful simile. This time her mother isn't compared to a corpse, but to something with a kind of fading, really somber beauty. This comparison is just so layered with meaning. Winter represents the end of a cycle, just as her mother is in the final phase of her life. And a winter moon is pale, it's dim, it lacks that strength, which perfectly mirrors her mother's own frailty. So that painful realization from the car, it comes rushing back with full force. But this time, she connects it to a deep-seated fear from her past, something she's felt ever since she was a little girl.
And this tells us that her fear isn't something new. No, it's a recurring anxiety about separation that has haunted her since she was a kid. And now it's resurfacing with the undeniable reality of her mother's age right in front of her.
So, faced with this totally overwhelming emotion, the poet has to say goodbye. But her words, her actions, they're incredibly simple, which is such a stark contrast to the storm that's going on inside her.
Her parting words are so simple, so hopeful on the surface. And then there's this single gesture, repeated over and over again. Now, the poet's use of repetition here is so deliberate and so powerful. By repeating the word smile, she's forcing us to look closer, to really question what that smile actually means.
I mean, is it a genuine expression of happiness, or is it more of a performance? A mask she's putting on to hide a painful truth from both her mother and maybe from herself.
And here, we see the true complexity of that final act. The smile is a mask for her heartbreak. It's a brave performance for her mother, but it's also this desperate attempt to reassure herself, to hold on to the hope that this isn't their last goodbye.
And that is the brilliant question Kamala Das leaves us with. It's a testament to the complicated, often contradictory emotions that define our most important relationships. So what do you think that smile signifies? Hope or something else entirely?